All right, just tell us about yourself and a little bit about your dealership.
Okay, I'm Dylan with LD Seeds. I'm a 4th generation seed farmer, happily married, have 2 young kids, so life's busy at home, but a lot of my time is spent on the farm, and yeah, we enjoy, producing good quality seed for our customers and adding value to their farms.
Tell us about how the trial is laid out and how many acres this field is and a little more information about the trial.
So this soybean field is around our home yard, so we've had a chance to look at it throughout the whole growing season. It's a quarter section, less our yard, so about 150 acres. Our standard seed treatment is Vayantis with Atuva Bold. We have 2 strips here with heads up. So the one to the right of me has heads up. Over here is our standard seed treatment. So we have 2 strips side by side, and then farther south we have another 20-acre strip with heads up as well.
What variety was used on the field, and is there any genetic resistance in that variety?
In this field we have Thunder Seeds TH74007E Enlist soybean. Has a very good tolerance to white mold. Historically, we haven't seen any white mold in it, so this was a bit of a surprise to us. But with that being said, this soybean field in particular went into last year's canola stubble, and it was not worked, so a little higher pressure, disease pressure, than what we would typically like to see.
What have you seen throughout the season? Any visual difference throughout the field?
Early on in the season, we did not see a big visual difference. It was later on, once the white mold started to set in, is where the heads up trials stood out. So you can see behind me here, it's pretty night and day difference where we've used heads up and where we haven't. I look forward to taking off these trial results to see what the yield difference is. But yeah.
What would you say the severity of the disease in this field is?
Quite severe. This is the worst I've seen it in 12 years of farming.
Yep. What do you attribute the disease pressure to?
Timing of rains. We were fairly dry in June, but we had good rains in July and August. So we had good plant growth. The canopy in the crop closed up. And yeah, just due to those timely rains, and also a lot of heavy dews overnight, higher humidity days, just really didn't allow any air movement through the canopy. And again, with it being on last year's canola ground, I think that had an effect on it as well.
And then just talking about heads up as a treatment, how was it using you as the treater treating your soybeans with heads up?
It's one of the most simple products I've worked with. It's a small packet, treats 400 units. It's easy to mix, simple to use. With the seed treatments that we use at our dealership, it mixes with everything. So the simplicity of it is nice. It doesn't gum up your treater. Running through the planter, we had no issues. So there's not a thought in my head that, or there's not a concern that I have regarding the application or use of the product.
And then just how do you feel about having the ease of having a little extra protection as a seed treatment?
Yeah, good question, Nolan. It's a low cost product. So in Manitoba, not often does it pay to use a fungicide because typically we don't see enough white mold pressure in our soybeans. So to have a product like Heads Up working, a low cost product working in your plant throughout the whole season, can, potentially, save your crop or make it a whole lot less severe if things do get out of hand like they have on this field. Yeah, and it could potentially save you a fungicide pass.